Do you want to be rich? This is the 100% ethical and foolproof method that I use to bring my bank account up this many zeros. Yeah, it's a lot of zeros. What I do, you might ask? Well, you know, I use rats.
She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic, touch me not.
There's an estimated 3 million rats living in New York City. And another thing that's abundant in New York City is loose change. Now normally if you saw like a penny on the ground or something, you're not going to be super overjoyed or anything. And I guess you could run around the city all day, scrapping up a couple of bucks, but who wants to do that? That's where the rats come in. The plan is to construct your very own rat empire, all for one goal: to collect loose change. You know how much loose change is lost every day? There's an estimated $63 million lost every year in loose change. Probably just from simple things like helping Grandma across the street. You can obviously see the massive potential that this scheme has, but there is one little hole. That's bribery. The first mistake most people make in this scheme is taking rats for fools. Rats are very intelligent creatures and they do not take being swindled lightly. If you don't pay for their services, it's going to be a bad day. Now most people couldn't imagine gathering the funds to pay for 3 million rat underlings, but in my case, I had just the thing: cheese. Now everyone knows rats love cheese. That's their favorite thing in the world. But how do you get enough cheese to pay for 3 million rats? Well, let me give you a little history lesson. Back in the 70s, the government started to buy milk from businesses. And what they turned that milk into? Cheese. Now what's kind of crazy is they just started to stockpile this cheese in the underground caves in Missouri. But this was my family's golden chance. They spent years upon years constructing a tunnel that led to the depths of the cheese caverns. It was like nothing they had ever seen before. It was cheese paradise. Now naturally, following in my parents' footsteps, I did what I know they wanted me to do. Yeah, so for the past few years I've been smuggling government cheese all the way across the country to feed my rat empire. Anyways, now that you've got your finances covered, I've got somewhere to take you. The final step of my plan takes place in the New York sewers. From here, I can direct my rats to anywhere in the city, collecting every piece of spare change that there is, leaving no penny behind. Now let's do the math. $63 million of loose change is lost per year, and we can estimate how much of that loose change is in New York City by multiplying the percentage of the population by that number. That number turns out to be almost $4 million.
Now, there's 3 million rats in New York City, so just divide 4 million by 3 million, you get $1.26 per rat.
Well, that's easy. I've got this whole tunnel, and each rat only needs to collect $1.26. See, if done correctly, this operation could even be done in one day. Rinse and repeat for any other major city in the world, and you're racking in the big bucks. Anyways, that's it. If you followed these steps correctly, you should have been pretty successful. So go reward yourself. Maybe some cheese pizza, some Cheez-Its. Yeah.